Good morning, good morning. It's 5:30 a.m. on March 4th. I'm Cam. Let's talk some stocks. Pre-market this morning. Kind of slow pickings right now. Not a whole lot of stuff moving. Futures have been kind of down and sideways. We'll look at that going forward. AMC down a little. Gamestop up a little. Rocket Mortgage, which has been the big move for the last couple of days, up and down. Sideways. Looks like it's going to keep going down. And not even a ton of low floaters moving right now, so it could just be a low volume inside day Thursday. So we'll start out with we'll go to the futures here first. So could look at SPY, but we'll just look at ES. Go to the 5-minute chart just for to see yesterday. So yesterday we closed basically right here on this candle, 38 19 in here for the SPX. 38 futures are off by a couple bucks, so I'm trying to look at 38.16 is where we closed yesterday. So we kind of poked it a little bit right after the close, cracked late last night, 8 p.m. on the west coast, 11 east coast, and then bounced back higher, got to about that same red to green area for the futures, couldn't break it, sold off again, and looks like we're going to go retest it here going into the open. So we'll look to see if we can push higher. I saw some different things on social media about the COVID relief bill, saying that Senate Republicans were going to force the Democrats to read the entire bill and then basically object or amend a ton of sections to it, so that could delay the passing of the bill for a couple days. They're saying at least till, well, just reading alone will at least take till Sunday. But whatever your politics are, like the bill should not be passed late at night, and I think they should be read and videotaped live and streamed to every American so they can actually see what's in the bill. But that'll be something for a later date, obviously. But we'll look to see if futures can hold right now. We just crossed the 200 here on the 5-minute, and looks like we could get a little boost up. So actually I do want to go to the SPY just to look what we talked about on the daily. So we do have these fibs were from the recent high and low. So we did poke this 38.2, and this did get below the previous low from last Thursday. So as we zoom out to the hourly, all right, so the previous low is touching right back down there, 38.73, 378.23, and we got down to 377.99, so 378 essentially, and bounce. So that could act as a double bottom. But as you just see here on the hourly chart, quite a bit a volume above 382, 384 range from last week. So we'll see if that volume acts as resistance and pushes this thing lower, or we can get volume to come in and go higher. But just looking for pre-market, looks like it's going to be a low volume day across the board, unless some breaking news comes out. So let's go look at SLGG. So this is probably one of the few stocks getting a lot of volume today. So big run yesterday. So SLGG, Super League Gaming, esports company. So they had an analyst rating on Monday up at $6 price target, and kind of just squeezing on that momentum play. So here Monday is down in the threes, pushing up, basically holding the 9 moving average here on the hourly, and made a big push yesterday after hours. So closed at 521 yesterday. After hours got all the way up to 759, and then we've been kind of sideways selling off right now here early pre-market. So we'll see if we can get above this 22 EMA on the 5-minute. Maybe use this area as support. But if you just look at the volume here, we do have a ton of volume here, obviously from yesterday in the 5s. So that this is basically where it hit, about 5 a.m. Basically touching that volume support. So look to see if that holds, and just go down to the 1 minute just to see a little bit more. But we do have a ton of downward sloping EMAs, so this 200 will probably be the big watch to see if it breaks on the open. for a move up to the upside. So this will be a watch today. It's one of the few that's actually moving quite a bit here pre-market. We'll jump to Bitcoin now. So Bitcoin fell again last night. Didn't like that 52 range. Alright, so here was about the when I made the post-market video again about that wick candle. Sold off, kind of bounced down here to 49k, right on 49k, pushed up again, basically pushed back into the 50.5k range, right? So we pushed into this huge area consolidation, couldn't get through it, sent it lower, broke below 49k. Now we're sitting in this consolidation range, so we're probably just going to get some chop around in here today. So with that, crypto stocks are kind of sideways and lower. So SOS, which made a big run yesterday, selling off right now. I mean, down, we're at 7.6, so it's down 60 cents, so about 7%. Got a big bounce off to 7.3, which if we go back to the daily, you'll see the 7.3 area, 7.34 right here is where the 9 EMA on the daily is, so that's acting as support right now. So look to see if this is just a sideways mover today, or if we can get some momentum in the cryptos and the Bitcoin plays to push these things higher. And then lastly, we'll just look at AMC and Gamestop, because they're, you know, the talk this week. Aside from basically Palantir's being talked about again as Wall Street bets play, but I think that's more Kathy Wood and ARK, and they're up a little bit today. But the volume here is not going to be representing anything on the 1 minute. But sold off pretty hard first thing this morning in pre-market, down to 7.8, which we haven't been into in a little bit, but now we're poking back here into 8.2, and well, on the daily there is quite a bit of volume here in the 8, so this 7.72 23 fib acts as support, and it's basically like the last bastion of a lot of volume right here, kind of a gap in volume in the 7s lower, so found support right there. And look to see if we have this base right here, 772 from last Tuesday. A lot of consolidation in that area on Friday. Got to bounce off that 200. So if this thing looks to go higher, we got to get back above that 200, which is going to be about 8.4, 8.5. But the volume in pre-market's even less today than yesterday. So I think this is just going to be more of that, what I talked about yesterday, that VCP, so volume contraction period. So this thing's just going to kind of dry up for a little while, be forgotten about, I think, move sideways, and then as we get closer to month's end, when options are expiring, it's going to take off again. I think we're going to see that in a lot of plays for a while with these out of the market call options driving a lot of implied volatility. So that's what I got for you this morning. Kind of slower. If there's no plays, don't force plays. Just play what's given to you. And as always, I hope you got something out of this. We'll see you in the next one.